just ain't me. I'm a visionary, revolutionary. I'm a visionary, revolutionary. Fuck all that talking, my nigga, let's link. Bring your bitch ass up the street. I'm through with the talking, I'm done with the beef.
What's going on, everyone? It's KB the Mark, back to bring you the news. On today's wrestling report, we have many stories to discuss, starting with Rob Van Dam on having an extended run in AEW, Becky Lynch's WWE contract set to expire very soon, Bryan Danielson reveals when he wants to wrap up his career as a full-time wrestler, Alex Shelley discusses Motor City Machine Gun's future, and many more stories. Please don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to stay up to date. Now, without further ado, let's jump into the news. On the latest Hall of Fame podcast with his co-host Brad Gilmore, WWE Hall of Famer Booker T talked about the recent WWE NXT talent cuts that included Gable Steveson, Drew Gulak, and others. Steveson, an Olympic gold medalist, was a top prospect for WWE and one of its biggest NIL signings. Steveson signed a multi-year contract with WWE in 2021. WWE had plans for him to be featured on Raw after WrestleMania 38 with Triple H, but that was nixed due to medical issues. Before being let go, he worked one televised match for WWE and was working SmackDown dark matches. As far as build-up, you can say that what people were expecting to see from Gabe Steveson, just because he had to look at everything you check off a box, Gabe, yet all of that, man, and for it not to pan out, I think it was him. Not really. What word should I use? Buying all in? Not really saying, man, I'm really going to throw everything into doing this and being the best at it. Yeah, 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out. Let's just say that. That's a better analogy. Exactly. I think that's what it was, more than anything. Could he have cut it and really pulled this thing off? Probably. I really think that amateur wrestling bug was still in his system, and it was hard for him to really get out of it. He had something to prove, and there again, just having 1 foot in and 1 foot out, I think that was his problem. Despite currently being the women's world champion, Becky Lynch has not signed a new deal with WWE. According to Fightful Sean Ross Sapp via Fightful Select, Lynch's contract is still set to expire next month. Lynch hasn't signed a new deal despite recently winning one of the company's biggest titles. Sapp reports that Lynch is in ongoing contract discussions. However, a solution may be reached as we approach June. Lynch is currently set to defend her title against Liv Morgan at WWE's King and Queen of the Ring event at the end of the month. Elsewhere in the report, Fightful confirmed that Lynch's husband, Seth Rollins, has recently signed a new big money multi-year contract to stay with WWE. Speaking to Adam Silverstein on Getting Over earlier this year, Becky Lynch was asked whether there had been any movement toward re-signing or if there was any doubt that she would stay with the company. All in the ether, Becky Lynch said. It's all up for conversation. Nobody's actually asked me that. Nobody's asked me about that. Nobody has said anything to me about it, so I was wondering if anybody had noticed. Kenny Omega has high praise for TNA Wrestling's speedball Mike Bailey. All Elite Wrestling's Kenny Omega hosted a Twitch stream on Friday night. During the broadcast, Omega spoke about Mike Bailey and how much he enjoys him as a performer. Mike Bailey? Now that's a guy that's been killing it. You want to talk about a journeyman? A guy who has gone to every little mom and pop indie on the planet, doesn't matter where, and he is giving incredible efforts. I look at the guy and I'm thinking like, man, how are you not on the injury list? And he wrestles with no shoes on top of that. And he's doing dives all the time. What the hell? Jeez. Yeah, Speedball could have done some great things in AEW. I mean, he still might, who knows? But I like him. I really do. I don't really know him as a person, but as a performer, he's great. I wrestled him once at PWG. Loved that match too. He's probably even better now. What do you think of Kenny Omega's comments? Would you like to see Mike Bailey have a run in All Elite Wrestling? Let us know your thoughts by sounding off in the comments section below. Bryan Danielson has a date in mind when he wants to wrap up his wrestling career as a full-time performer. All Elite Wrestling's Bryan Danielson was a recent guest on Casual Conversations with the Classic. When asked what big moments are left on his checklist before he retires from pro wrestling full-time, Danielson revealed not only does his current contract expire before All In, but he wants to compete full-time until Wrestle Dream, which takes place in Tacoma, Washington. The big one is Wembley. I want to make it to Wembley. My contract actually expires before Wembley, but I want to make it to Wembley. I'm not sure if I'll make it, but one thing that would be a nice way to kind of close everything out for me is to do my last match as a full-time wrestler at Wrestle Dream at the Tacoma Dome, because that's the first wrestling show I ever saw. AEW Wrestle Dream will take place on Saturday, October 12th. What do you make of Bryan Danielson's comments? Are you disappointed that we are so close to the end of Danielson's full-time wrestling career? Let us know your thoughts by sounding off in the comments section below. Rob Van Dam would be open to discussing having an extended run in All Elite Wrestling if the conversation presented itself. On the latest episode of One of a Kind with RVD, the WWE Hall of Famer addressed the idea of having a more extended run with All Elite Wrestling rather than appearing sporadically as he's done over the past 10 months. I would like to think that I'm open to any conversation, so anything's worth considering, Rob Van Dam admitted. Let's hear what you got in mind, whatever, but no, I don't have any of those talks. What you see is what you get, and that's all anybody is talking about. All anyone is talking about doing, let me put it that way. The exodus of talent in front of and behind the cameras at WWE continues in the wake of the UFC merger that created TKO Group Holdings. On Saturday, Pro Wrestling Insider reported that Michael Levin, who served as Vice President of International Events and General Manager of Emerging Markets, exited WWE after more than 7 years with the company. PWI claims Levin's position was phased out as part of the ongoing TKO Group assimilation of WWE and UFC. Fightful Select later confirmed Levin's departure, while also reporting that Steve Rubin, a WWE employee for 26 years, is also gone. Rubin's most recent title was Senior Director, TV Event Relations. He started as a production assistant in 1998. Fightful doesn't provide a reason for Rubin's exit. As of this writing, it's unclear if he quit, was fired, or simply didn't have his contract renewed. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, collectively known as the Motor City Machine Guns, are TNA Wrestling royalty. With 3 TNA tag titles, 11 X Division titles, and 2 world titles between them, but the Detroit duo appears to be finally leaving their home promotion for good. The rumor is that Motor City Machine Guns are signing with AEW imminently if they haven't already, and in a recent interview with Iris Wrestling and Entertainment, Shelley confirmed on the team's exit move in the industry after moving on from TNA. Sabin and I, we've done everything there is to do there. Everything. It's time for somebody else to step up and become the new Motor City Machine Guns for that company. For us, it's time to be the Motor City Machine Guns somewhere else, wherever that may be. Shelley then reflected on his career and became sentimental for a moment as he explained how fortunate he is to be able to wrestle for a living. Again, having the viewpoint I have through my experience and certainly working in medical, physical medicine, all of this can be taken away so quickly through no fault of your own. At this stage, fans will simply have to wait and see where the Motor City Machine Guns end up, but based on what Shelley said, it seems like the men have big plans ahead. That's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Please feel free to express your opinion below. Be sure to check out more videos from the channel. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. Once again, I'm KB the Mark, signing off. Until the next one. I started with nothing and came out a king.
I've been the one that's been ballin' for rings. It's been me and my team and we chasing the green. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free.